Alrighty, guys. So I'm responding to PBM revised or revived, and he said that he's not a part of LMN uploads, yet he is being treated as such for the simple fact that he was in the main system, like the main channel, homepage, and that's where he was at, and he and many others all were going after me in their posts, their all of them. It's just a shit show. But the whole evidence backed up the claim. But to sum this up, he also said, "Thank you for canceling Monkey. He's going through a mental crisis. Now, this could have been resolved if you didn't report him for every video he dropped. He's only 13. My statement: number one, his parents are bad parents. Reason one, he shouldn't be on the internet at this age. He should be going to school and getting a proper, nice, well used, well provided education. Nonetheless, his parents not knowing what his internet activities are very concerning. In fact, I would love to provide the evidence of his harassment and his friend's harassment. I would also like to point out that some of the people he associates with, I feel, would not be a good, suitable people for him to be around at his age, dude. Don't you think, dude? Also, may I ask, does he know YouTube's guidelines? Does he also know my community's guidelines? He broke my community's policies, but most importantly, and most definitely importantly, YouTube's guidelines he broke. Nonetheless, these two statements you have are highly invalid. Now, I deal with this a lot, so let's keep it going. This guy has made his own raps, apparently, and you can kind of see he is a rapper, but that's besides the point. His raps are basically nothing. The main worry is Element Uploads and his harassing hate group. If we go down, we will get to it eventually. Or I probably scrolled past it because I'm an idiot and forgot to look carefully. Yeah, I'm probably just scrolling past it. Element Uploads. Now, this is, oh my god, this is long. As you can see, I went in full detail regarding the situation. I explained to people how you can block them, how you can handle them in general, from what I was able to pull off that worked, and went down the lane of which rules were broken, which I even had to break these rules myself just to get him away from me, just to get him off of YouTube completely. Now, that's the wild part, when YouTube barely did much until a lot of videos were published. But I would like to point out the description, because this can be useful to get to the channels. This guy right here, he has barely much activity on the Element Uploads BS, but I can say that he is definitely a part of the Element Uploads BS. Dude, I do not want to copy these users. Thank you. Now, this guy is a big major part of Element Uploads. I don't know if he still has his videos up regarding me, but if so, the report was already out for him. But Rich Bacon, he made posts a while back. Now, there's posts again, but there's a likelihood that these posts were obviously either deleted by YouTube, or likely he actually deleted them himself. Now, Lyrical, I don't care about that right now. Lyrical, damn, I can't copy anything. There we go. Lyrical has already made a few posts. If you see a thumbs down on my screen, that's because I already reported it. Thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. Yep. I reported things that may go after me or other individuals. Now, this thing that says channel. Can I click the channel? Thank you. This account has been terminated for a violation of YouTube's terms of service. Dare mention, I would like to point out, if Element Uploads was terminated, there was a good reason YouTube automated system has terminated him. Not only just my reports alone, but many other people's reports that detail his problematic behavior, or just other things that were not reported but YouTube caught onto that YouTube did not like. Now, I would like to mention his hate comments and his harassment does get protected from the government saying something. The government cannot pass a law that states he cannot have freedom of speech. The First Amendment protects you from being forced to not be allowed to say anything certain that is hateful, negative, or, you know. But what the system of the First Amendment, freedom of speech, does not protect you from is private online companies, brands, and communities like myself and YouTube. They are allowed and able to legally make their own community guidelines, or in my community's case, policies. And what these policies, rules, and community guidelines do is they are enforced, and as long as they go with the law, it's fine. Now, that's kind of how policies and rules work on the internet. Where is the importance, you're probably asking? Well, to sum this up, LMN Uploads, the way he acted, not only was a problem, but the way he acted was very much immature, to say the least. And the way I acted was me responding to his immaturity with a hateful response back. Now, he wanted to play fire with someone who loves to play with fire. What do I mean by that? Is if he thought he could just come at me with hate comments and diss tracks, then yeah, he could come at me and I'm going to respond aggressively and dominantly and negatively in response to his aggressive negativity, yeah. But one thing he did not realize, there is two things you do not do. Kick me when I'm down, that's the worst thing you want me to deal with. Or to go after those I care about. His little community group, or however you would call that, not only targeted me, but targeted my mom. You guys, as a collective group, have a different moral code. Perhaps a little broken, just like mine, just unhinged and can't be controlled. You guys think diss tracking, let me quote this, diss tracking is fun in your words, in you guys' words. And let me be honest, while yes, I can agree it's fun as fuck, you gotta know who you're targeting. You came at me with fire. I came at you with a dominant flurry of fighting skills that you guys didn't have. My response? Alright, let me make it clear what the protocol is. When I see your posts, they are instantly reported and they are ignored. Any extra at mentions that slip into my notifications are instantly silenced by a block. Then, anything that is evidence worthy like this, like these responses, are completely recorded for quality purpose. And because this talks about suicidal stuff, I'll just put it under the suicidal category because I don't know where else to put it. Now, let me see. I'll just remove this one. Also, I'm pretty sure there's a likelihood that this guy, yep. Alright. I reported him, but I didn't care if I reported him or not, because to be honest, in the end, I have the evidence to back it up via PR that he is my problem and that I just wanted to get rid of him. And you're right, you might have wanted to get rid of him too. Now, let me point out, this kid, like I said again, not only is being neglected by his parents because his parents are not looking at his internet activity and making sure he's safe on the internet, but he's causing a lot of trouble. I think the case was closed before it even started. Dare I continue? I don't think so.